welcome back to another episode of the RC Flight School. We're back out here at the Grand Haven RC Flying Club field. Logan's going to fly more batteries through the Habu. He did a fantastic job with his first battery, and now he's going to try a little bit more. Chuck's going to be helping him out here on the buddy box, and we'll go ahead and see how he does. All right? You excited?
Very.
All right, well, let's get you in the air.
So we're going to keep it in the same safe mode.
Okay.
And now of course we got to take off this way because of the wind. Even though it's almost a crosswind, we probably could go the other way, but it feels like there's a slight component coming in this direction. Okay, I see Brian's ready. We'll go ahead and click on the power, and you'll have your throttle down. I didn't mention to you, but you must have figured it out. I think this plane's pretty forgiving. When I give you control, have probably around 75% throttle position, right when I turn it on. So, okay. All right, here we go, taking off. Turning pretty hard. Limiting where I can go. I'm just going to fly across, and then when I turn around and come back on the straightaway, I'm going to give it to you. So get your throttle position set. Eyes on the plane, and I come in closer than what I wanted to, but alright, you ready? Yep. Okay, plane is yours. Turn back right. Go ahead and start your turn. Fine. Go out a little bit left. And we'll get a little further away from us than what we were. Keep going. That's good. Excellent. Go ahead and start your right hand turn. That looks really good. Straighten it out. Nicely done. You can feel the plane probably get pushed with the wind. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and make the right hand turn. Fly down a little bit further, then go ahead and turn. Now is good. Good. And how about this one? We come down a little bit, so maybe push on the stick. So you come down. You go there, then look like you down. You gotta make the right hand turn. We can see it out there. Maybe let's push on the stick, so we'll come down. There you go. That's good. It's coming down a little bit. Go ahead and pull up. Good. Yep. And yep. Keep going left. So we got a little room to turn around, and then go ahead and make your right hand turn. Yeah, the wind's blowing us towards us, so we're correcting a little bit, so you can fly a little bit to the right, and then. Good. Yeah, if you want to keep going with the figure 8 there, that's fine. Go ahead and fly to the right and then make a left-hand turn. Excellent. I like the tight turns. That's pro. That's a pro move. Yeah, if you're comfortable and good, just go ahead and switch directions on that. So fly us straight down here, and then did Did you pull it down? Or are we running out of juice? You got it? Make a turn. We're at 1 minute, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it and we'll start making our way towards the ground. I got the plane. We're at 1 minute and we're heading towards the ground. And out the field here we always call landing, even though there's nobody here. I think we're gonna go around. Yeah, it really wants to keep on going, and coming down from any altitude, it just keeps on wanting to go. It put in its own little throttle right there at the end for the landing. I'm gonna give it to you. Turn right this time and pull. So when you're taxiing, you want to pull down. So it puts a little pressure on the tail. Oh, actually, I forget. We have a nose gear here. You don't have to do that because we want to keep pressure on the nose. In a tail, all of my planes are tail draggers. I guess I have one plane that's got a nose gear, so you don't want to do that. So go ahead. You're gonna have to give it full right rudder and throttle up. You might need to get it to roll a little bit. There it goes. And power back once it starts rolling. There you go. Good job. But it's gonna go faster when you get on the runway. We just finished our second battery. Logan, tell us how this one went.
I think it went pretty good. Did some figure eights. Yeah, and plane performed really well, and I think I did pretty good too.
You sure did. You did a few circles going to the left. I guess it's actually a right-hand circle. And then we switched it up. You did some figure eights. You brought the altitude down a little bit. You did some fairly tight figure eights, and it looked really good. So yeah, we're gonna. I think we'll hold off on a takeoff today because of the wind. It's fairly tricky. You actually saw me come off the tarp runway here a little bit with the wind blowing me over. But we'll get you back in the air, and maybe we'll try to bring the altitude down a little bit if you're comfortable, and see what it's like flying there, because flying at different positions can always be a little bit trickier. So get you comfortable with that. Sound good?
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Well, let's take the plane out and get it set up. Hey, we stayed on.
Awesome.
I let off the stick a little bit there, that's why it dipped. But that's doing pretty good. Are you ready? Got your throttle up?
Now it's up.
Alright. Here's the plane. Go ahead and make a left turn. Come around. And then fly around however you want. Get some figure eights in there. That's probably the best thing right now for you, because you've got good orientation control. So if you get a little more turning in, and I would still practice those bigger sweeping turns. This plane's really forgiving, but not every plane is like that. Like that radius that you just made there, that's about as tight as you want to go.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks really good. You keep on holding the turn and make that figure eight. Just keep on flying out a little ways, and then go ahead and bring it on back to the right. Feel good. You can try to keep the plane out. I know the wind's really blowing it, but don't get so close to us. We don't want to get the plane behind our heads. And we have to really crank our necks to look up and see it. So we'll keep it out in front of us a little bit more. Yeah, feel free, like on your right hand side, do some figure eights that are kind of more to your right instead of just centered if you feel good with that.
Right.
It's just, you know, you get comfortable with the plane at different orientations to yourself. Try to like don't come closer than the tall grass out there. Like try to make that figure eight further away from us. There you go. And just carry it a little bit that way. That's fine. And then turn right and bring it on back. And then go ahead and start your left hand turn. Good. That was pretty tight, huh?
Yeah,
the wind might have, you know, it kind of tends to, what is it? It's kind of windmilling the plane. It's like rotating the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have to be mindful of what the wind is doing when you're flying. It's actually calmed down quite a bit from when we started here. The sock now is not straight out. It's drooping a little bit. And go ahead and do some on your left. Actually, we're at about 1:10 right now. Okay. So we'll just try maybe one loop over here, and we'll figure out whatever we want to do. And then we'll bring it back in for a landing. Yep. So I'll go ahead and take it. I got this plane. We're gonna land. We'll see if we can't do it on the first try this time. I am amazed at how stable this plane is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Let me grab it. Try to get it slowed down here. I'm throttle off. This whole time I've been throttle off. It did that on its own.
Landing sensor.
And landing sensor. That was a little. I'll give it back to you and see if you can get her down here. Now you kind of have to judge which way you're gonna turn.
Should do left?
I think you might have. You got more room, and you don't have to chase it as far if you go to the right. So before you give it right, try to get it to roll, and then enter your right turn. So throttle up. You might kind of punch it a little bit. Don't go too slow into it. And then rotate. Turn. More, all the way.
All the way. Oops.
We have to do the walk.
Yeah.
You do. Go walk. Go get it. Here, leave your transport. All right, Logan, same gig. How did it go this time? Battery number 3.
Pretty good. I got to do a lot of figure eights, which went pretty well. Played me a lot of good turns. I think I did pretty good. Lane did pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so thanks.
Yeah, so just to add a little bit to what you did there, we did some figure eights in front of us, we did some to the right, we did some to the left, and we did some out a little bit. So we kind of positioned the plane in different spots relative to us. We have a pretty uniform sky everywhere today, so that was good that you're able to control the plane. This time, we talked when we were setting up here that maybe let's try a takeoff. So a takeoff, it's going to be very similar to the flight simulator. We have our crosswind today, and that's maybe the biggest difference. It's blowing at us. It's almost a perpendicular crosswind blow, 100% crosswind here. So when you take off, the plane's going to want to be drifting to the right, so you got to compensate with the left. And you're going to roll into the throttle. Don't bang the stick forward, but get it rolling, and then probably about half throttle, then you can full throttle in, and then you're going to give a little bit of pressure to get the nose in the air, and then just kind of hold it, nice gentle climb out. Okay, and then just keep it in full throttle and let it get some airspeed, because it's with this wind here, the wind actually picked back up a little bit. And I'll be right here, we'll grab it, and in the safe mode and everything, we'll be able to control the plane if we have an issue. All right, I'm gonna power on. I'm gonna give you control, so keep your stick down this time. Get your thumbs on the sticks and ready to roll. And 3, 2, 1. The plane is yours. Okay, so whenever you're comfortable, get it rolling. Beautiful. Nice climb rate. Start your turn and just keep ascending. Full throttle in. Beautiful. Straighten out. Let her gain some speed. I'm gonna hit her. Good. Let's go ahead and we'll make your turn, left turn, and we'll pull back on the power about 50%, and then kind of stay out to your right a little bit, and then let's shoot an approach. When you get about here, just go ahead and chop the throttle and make a left-hand turn. Let the plane come down, not too tight. A little bit left. So you're right over the runway. A little power. And go ahead and do that again. Not too tight. Yep. Pull the power back a little bit, maybe 25% power right there. Veer out to the right, and then come back to left. You want to stay out a little bit further. There. That's pretty good. Power in. Speed, and then make your turn. Gentle turn. Fly out a little bit. Away from us. Good. Go ahead and power back. Make the turn. Throttle all the way down. And just let it do its thing. We're not going to land, we're just going to fly by it. You're veering away from us a little bit. You can back, right, power in. See how much it glides? Yeah. Go ahead and give a landing a shot. We're going to try a landing. So power back. This is all this back. Low power. Power off. Come left. Keep it on a glide slope. You did it. A few extra bunny hops there,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Awesome.
Let's instead of wasting our battery taxiing, let's run out there and get it. And so let's make sure the power's off and back to instructor mode. And then let's walk out there and get that. We still have juice. We got 2 minutes left.
Okay.
And let's try one more takeoff and landing.
Okay.
That was awesome, dude.
Did he do the
He
whole
did
thing?
the whole thing.
No way.
He took off and
All right,
landed.
hold on.
Sorry, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Hold on. High five. I didn't know you guys were gonna do a. That was incredible.
That was a little impromptu.
It was
he
a
was
little
doing
impromptu.
so well flying.
Oh, that is awesome.
And I couldn't let him walk away without attempting a takeoff. The
that
Habu,
was cool.
The Habu is a trainer plane for sure. There is no doubt about it. Now he did awesome flying it, but the plane is super forgiving, and we're flying in a pretty good wind, and it is a straight crosswind.
It is. I'll be honest. I brought my Cherokee out tonight. I probably will go home and not fly my Cherokee tonight because this wind would scare me. You were doing an awesome job. I'm thinking like, oh man, Chuck's shooting you some low passes because I'm down at the other end shooting you guys' flight, and I had no idea. That was awesome. Well, congratulations. That's cool. Yeah, don't waste some battery. Go bring the plane back here. Take off again.
We'll do it again. One more time,
very
but
cool,
that
man.
was
Very
good.
cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
I'm proud of you. That was really good. Yeah, your rollout was good. Let's talk about that real quick. So when you took off there, it takes a little bit to know how much input to put in, and so we did a little weaving and bobbing, and then we got the plane rolling and we got it straightened out, and then you powered in. It was a perfect takeoff. Do the same thing again. Same thing on landing. You want to manage your glide slope, but the plane does help you a lot with this, and you just keep the throttle down. When we found that final glide slope. So we came in and we were pretty flat because the thing wants to keep on gliding, but then we were out too far, so we had to bring the plane up to us and then just chop the throttle and let the plane come down. So we manage that approach. So, but your depth was good, so all right. We'll be able to take off, probably do a couple laps, and then we'll come in. And if you want to just practice that approach, don't climb out way high. Kind of keep it about like this. Maybe hand hanger out there, and then we don't have to descend so far to burn off all that speed. Okay. All right. So. There you go. Throttle in. Not so pitched up. I don't know why this is beeping. Warning, battery alarm. The battery alarm started going off.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I'm impressed. I am 100% impressed, Logan. Like I said, I was filming downstream here for a little bit, and I had no idea that the flight that I was recording was your solo flight. We talked on the way here. I don't know when your solo flight could be. It's probably going to be out a little bit. I never guessed that. And what, that was your fourth battery?
Fourth battery.
Fourth battery, solo flight with the Habu. Ground school, real flight, and boom, four batteries, or on your fourth battery, you soloed the Habu in beginner mode and landed. And then you took off again and encountered a battery alarm, which think about it. You encountered an emergency, kind of almost like an emergency situation.
Right.
You got the aircraft down and back again, and I tell you what, that was one very smooth-looking landing. Great job, Logan. So what do you think? What you just soloed an RC plane twice. What do you think?
It was really fun, and it was really cool, and I did not think that was going to happen today. But
Yeah, we kind of pulled a fast one. He was flying so well. We on the third battery, we shot some approaches. We were seeing if he could determine where the runway was and put the plane there, and he did it every time. And I said, let's go ahead and land, and so he did, and we landed the plane. So in full disclosure, I did do the landing on the last battery once the alarm.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I pulled it in, but yeah, he took off, and it was fantastic. That was great. I'm excited for you. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
It was fun to watch. It was exciting to watch, and then learning that, of course, that was your solo that I had no idea was coming was very cool.
We had talked ahead of time, right? That we'll come back another.
Oh
day.
yeah. Well, we'll do this later.
solo.
I fully expected seriously a couple weeks worth of flying the Habu off camera just to practice. And what happened? You soloed tonight. So job well done, Logan. Well done. So yeah, obviously we have a little bit more to do in the school because I didn't expect it to wrap up so quickly. So I think we will try to get you some more flights. Maybe we'll find a night that the sun is out and it's not so windy. But fantastic job, Chuck. Awesome job instructing, because without your help, I think it would have taken a lot longer to get him to this point. So fantastic job. Thank you so much for your help tonight, Logan. Once again, congratulations. You probably didn't wake up this morning thinking this was going to happen, did you?
No.
So, all right, very cool. So if you guys got any questions at all on the RC Flight School, or anything we've talked about tonight or in these episodes, or anything directed towards Logan, please leave your comments below, and we'll be sure to answer them. And I think we'll do a couple more video flights here when we get some nicer weather. But very impressive to fly on a solid overcast night with winds that would have scared away most of us from flying. So hopefully you won't be as scared of wind as I am after you soloed in it. So job well done again. So, and thanks again, Chuck, and thanks again to our friends at Horizon Hobby for really making this series possible, and for helping Logan here be able to solo the Habu. And it's a fantastic EDF. So this guy right here, solo flight on an EDF. For everyone who said it couldn't be done, he just did it. So thanks again.
Yep.